Tomorrow I'm going to office.
Okay. Okay, so we had one shloka, very nice shloka. That is, what is samadhana? So I want to go back to that and ask you a question.
Okay.
What is oscillation?
Oscillation is losing stability and moving from one end and coming back to other end.
Correct. So what is the first end and what's the other end?
The first end is do I need to do this or I should not do that? Decision making.
Okay, so what does that lead to?
Decision making is, it creates karma. Lead to either happiness or worries.
Okay.
Samsara. Samsara.
Okay, fine. Good answer. So Lata, you want to try?
Yeah, oscillation is likes and dislikes.
Yes, that's all what it is. Yes, raga and dvesha.
Yeah.
Okay, now how do you cut raga and dvesha? That is the shloka.
That's what we discussed. No, if you don't give value,
Yes, that is correct. So now I am not able to get that. So what should I do next? Answer is don't give value,
Means,
so you are always in samadhana.
yes.
right?
That's the answer. The simple answer. But now how to cut value? Knowing that there is value.
Don't have expectation.
Okay, so that's still a statement. How do you do it?
Yes. Yeah, so what you say is, in spite of knowing there is no value in anything, but still we have
value.
this likes and
Yeah,
we have likes and dislikes. So let's not value. Let's see likes and dislikes.
correct.
Right.
Yes.
So you see something you like.
Definitely
Okay.
going
At
to
that
like it.
moment, yeah. When you are going to like something and you have observed it, but you have to be aware of it that you are liking it, right? Isn't it?
Yes,
Otherwise, you will not know. You will not know that you are liking it.
correct.
So in that case, only thing you can do is just observe at that point of time.
But you should know to observe.
You should know. That's what I said. You should know to observe.
And now
That
how do you know to observe?
Then you have to keep watching your mind.
How
You
do
have to be
you
aware.
correct? So how do you get into awareness?
That is a big topic.
Yes, I wanted to talk only on that today.
That's a big topic. How to get, first of all, you have to remember always
Yes.
that you have to watch your mind. And then, and then many times it may not be possible always. Maybe most of the time it is possible, but some of the times it is not possible. That remembrance is very important. First, you have to remember to observe, and then you have to catch what's happening in your mind, and then also sometimes you feel okay in spite of whatever you do. You get. I feel. I'm telling my this thing. So I keep watching, and then it's not that all the time I'm watching. Especially the automatically my awareness will come and my heart constricts. You can't. You just watch it. You are helpless. I feel I am helpless because in spite of all that, it has constricted. So the moment you observe that, it will go in. Uh, Not immediately, maybe 2-3 minutes it will go. If you don't observe, it continues its path for some more time and then goes off. So this is what I do. there are different methods on this. You can do, in order to get into that awareness, you can do this mantra, you can do this breath observation. All this I have also done before many times. So you have to make make it as a habit that you keep observing the mind. Otherwise, it is very difficult. So getting into that awareness is a big process. If you don't get it just like that.
Okay, so you gave a very good summary, but but the question is, how do you do it?
That's what I said. No, what I
No,
do.
you said as a statement. You added so many statements.
I added so many statements, and those are the things I do.
Okay. But are
That's
you
what
in
I said.
awareness? Then are you in awareness?
No, full time I am not.
Okay. So the basic thing is samadhana is the sixth of Jad Sampatti. Okay. And
Samadhan.
huh,
Yes.
so now that is the reason Shankara says that is not going to work unless Vairagya is there.
Yeah.
And we will never get Vairagya, so we will never get Samadhana because oscillation is going to be there.
Correct. 100% Vairagya is not there.
So Samadhana is not there.
Samadhan is not there all the time.
So when Vairagya and Samadhana are not there, there is no point in going through Viveka Chudamani.
We'll stop.
Absolutely, we already stopped. What is there to stop?
Yeah. Correct.
What is more to be stopped? So that is what we need to do. So when do we want to then do awareness? So then we say we cannot be aware.
Yeah,
So
you have to be that all the time, right?
yes, including sleeping. And then the dreams will not come because you are aware of the dream.
Mm.
Then you will not go into deep sleep because you are aware of the deep sleep. Then you are in Turiya. The deep sleep state is ignorance, avidya.
Mm.
So arise, awake. That is the Vivekananda's words.
Yeah, correct.
So now we are stuck with oscillation.
It is aware and arise, right? Or
Awake
Arise,
and
awake.
arise.
Arise, awake.
Arise, awake.
arise and then awake. Okay.
No, aware. He became aware. So he said arise and awake. We are
Get up from the sleep.
Yes, we are in sleep right now.
Yes.
So you get up.
You move yourself from this body, mind complex and put it in Brahman. Then you'll be always awake. Theory, I'm telling.
Yes. So what do we do?
Only one time I had that experience.
Yes.
It was only for 10 minutes or so. But it was, what struck me was it is so natural. That state was. I observed myself sitting in the sofa. Then I was sleeping off. My head was falling. That also I observed. And the sleep also I observed. And I woke up. That also I observed. So the first thing that struck me is, oh, wow, it is so natural. After that, I never got that. Yeah, you can hear me or
Yeah. Listening. That's all.
silence.
Yes, silence. So how do we stop oscillation?
See, the moment we bring any thought, it is possible to bring the thought by recalling memory. If I don't recall memory and That means that should be with the awareness only. I cannot recall the memory. Otherwise, memory comes on its own. I don't know. Is it based on Vatana? Memory comes on its own, or because of the environment where I am. But with awareness, I can, that the memory recall, I can stop it. And whatever happens naturally, I can observe it. When the moment I'm observer, I'm not taking any decision, because then I am with myself. So no question of oscillation. Being a GV, because I am also a part of this problem, so-called oscillation, memory coming. So it will happen, emotions will come, it will go away and all that. And during that time, when there somebody is coming for some conversation, discussions, based on some decision making, that time slowly the value is started attaching. Earlier I was thinking, Attvik is good. Now I think I have changed my mind that it is value. And we look at the value. The moment we see that no value there, just be tatastha, or what you call, don't take any biased based decisions, then you are already there. It's my feeling.
Yeah, the rest yourself in Brahman all the time.
Yeah, but if I get that stage, my first goal of this spirituality is achieved. I'm not there, but sometimes it comes maybe because of my punyam.
Yeah, well, that's the only way to stop the oscillation. No, you keep mind always oscillates, because it is its nature to oscillate. Unless and until you restrain it and keep it somewhere, it will keep oscillating. So either you keep it in Brahman or you keep it in God.
Yes. See, my experience. Earlier, I used to do something and expect some action from others. That means I expected them to call me back after doing all my actions. If I don't receive a call from them, then I used to feel that what's happening around. Then lose immediately energy. Then you will have that internal feeling of hatredness, and all that used to happen because you trusted other person. It happens generally during house construction. Now they were contract people. Yeah. So now with the new thinking, earlier, see, then my spirituality was just observe your own thought, your own awareness. That time you don't get that kind of feeling. But now, don't attach value is the next level. My God, the result is amazing. That means if I don't attach value, whether that person comes or doesn't come, doesn't matter. But I have to do my work with the peace of mind. If I shout, that person will take definitely revenge. Instead of coming tomorrow, he'll come day after tomorrow for any work. Now, in this case, if you are cool, things will happen much better. That means naturally your decision-making process and also the world reaction to you is helping you to spiritual growth further. So I am responsible for myself, for all these actions which is happening around us, for my world. So watching is not sufficient. You have to don't attach value.
Yeah, you have to restrain your senses.
Yes.
Okay, now how do you stop oscillation? You're going to tell me that we just now spoke about all of that. Let's see how
Stopping
much.
oscillation. Stopping oscillation.
That's what we have been trying all this while, isn't it? Stopping the oscillation. At least that's what I'm trying.
See, when you look at your own thought, the oscillation stops. That is yes. But immediately it comes out unknowingly. That is the problem.
Yeah. Then you have to be in that awareness. But
and again bringing back. Then
you have to do that way only. There is no other way. You have to keep on bringing back. That
is the big challenge. Unless you put so much of effort, not possible.
Yeah, you have to. It keeps running. That is its nature. So, nature of the mind is to oscillate. So you'll have to keep bringing it back. But you should have some locus where you keep it.
Okay, I'll ask you one question. What is the secret of bringing the mind or stopping the mind from oscillating? What's the secret?
Stop your breath and it'll stop.
That is again a very Vedantic or a spiritual answer.
Secret of bringing stopping oscillation, huh?
Mind. for bringing the mind or making the mind not to oscillate? What's the secret of doing?
Hmm. I don't know whether I have understood the mind, your question properly.
No, the
What
question
is where is the secret there? There is no secrecy, right?
no, there is a secret there. What is the secret to bring mind into holding it? Or how do you stop the mind from oscillation? What's the secret to do it? Or what's the answer to do it? Better way. If you don't know the secret, then okay, what is the answer to do it? All that you both are giving me is statements.
Do it right now here.
Whatever you
And
want to put it.
yeah,
I need an answer to how to do it. I don't want
how to do it?
I don't want a prescription or anything like that. Saying that okay, mind oscillates. Its nature is to move around and all that. That's okay. That is a very basic level of Vedanta. Now that we have almost completed,
Mhm.
I need a correct answer to how do you bring it back. Now the mind is oscillating. Okay, agreeable. How do you get it back? Now don't give me another answer by being aware of
Okay.
it.
1 minute. Whatever the thought you used to have because of that oscillations, change the thought to some other.
Still, it is oscillating only.
No, some other thought where it is a neutral, on the neutral topic.
There
Neutral
can
topic here is observe your own
okay,
breathing,
okay. Then what happens?
or observe your own heartbeat, which is within you,
Okay.
or listen to your own silence.
If you are listening to your own silence, then there is no Vedanta at all. There is no required. You're done. If you are in that anahata sound, then they don't require anything. Over. Game over. So you can eject out of Vedanta class.
The best thing is observe your own breath.
Okay, now I want to observe the breath. Now what happens after that?
Mind
Mind
comes out.
calms. Mind
Mind
calms down.
comes, but it comes out.
Now what is mind calming?
Mind is not thinking, not recalling memory, not taking decision.
Okay. Then
Not
what happens?
debating.
Okay.
Not debating with itself.
Not debating anything inside. Okay, then what happens?
Then it will come down.
No, you are literally pacifying it. You are
Yeah, yeah.
conditioning
Correct. You're
it.
past.
The moment you open your eyes, again back. Over.
Yes.
Then still oscillation.
I know only that method, Vilas, that you observe and bring it back. That's what I try to do.
That's correct. Observe what?
Observe your where what kind of feelings and emotions and all those things are having, and try to bring it back to that Brahman.
No, from where does the emotion comes? Don't tell me mind. It is not just the mind who gives you emotions.
Emotions comes because when we hear or see something that creates some movement in your mind, and that emotions are created because of your liking and disliking
Of what?
of the objects, whatever sight or sound or whatever it is coming.
Okay. So who is doing that? Who is doing that liking and disliking?
Shreyari joined. Morning.
Good morning,
Good
Shreyari.
morning.
Now
Morning,
you're at the
Shreyari.
right time to get some real wet.
Okay.
No, to respond to your question, we need calmness. I was closing my eyes and thinking that what is happening within my mind, what should I respond?
Yeah. So, Srihari, the question is like this.
Yeah.
There is, we did that 26th verse, Samadhana. In that, it says about oscillation. Okay? So, the question comes, how do you stop oscillation? So, then they are explaining about awareness, being aware, and if you are aware, the oscillation will stop. Bring your mind, make your mind calm, and all that. So, the next question is, how do you calm your mind? What was saying, observe the breath and all that, or listen to heartbeat, or some mantra or something. Okay, but it is specifying, it is not calming, it just specifies. You're not literally calming it. So once you open up your eyes again, it's back. So now a question still remains is how do you get to samadhana or stopping the oscillation? If you want to add something, you can add. And by the way, we are stuck here, so it will be only silence.
I think once you observe this, your breath, slowly that rate of in and out, Kumbhaka Rechaka will slowly, it will become slower and slower and slower. When it is almost to the minimum level, where only hibernation mode, there I think you have much longer samadhana. If it continues to breathe at the same rate, means it is doing something. Means some energy is getting wasted somewhere. What is needed for samadhana is very less energy burning here. Like yogis in Himalaya or the frog. During only rainy season it comes out. Remaining time it is in inside below the earth for months together in that mode, hibernation. In samadhana, no loka vyavahara is needed. Anyway, you have not given value, and you may not do it loka vyavahara.
Even Loka Vyavahara is happening also. I think following the breath is that we have to follow and practice.
The rate of breath is changing, na? In loka vyavahara. When you are very aggressive mode, it's a heartbeat and breath is very fast. Energy is going out. When you are in cool mind,
So when there is no value attributed to the Loka Vyavahara, then
yeah,
we are playing the only
then you
role.
are in samadhana. You are in samadhana. No value means samadhana only.
But at least to me, this trick really worked. I mean, I used to have a lot of mind chatter of, for example, if there is a meeting today that is upcoming, I used to think in all directions. Okay, if any question comes, and then how to see in that part. So the moment I started to observe my breath, I think all that has actually A lot of it actually has stopped.
Okay, I'll ask another question. Easy question. Why does your breath go very slow when you start observing? Or why does it become slow when you start observing? Or like
It is not
Sri,
it is not burning energy. That is because burning energy means no other aggressive thoughts inside or no emotions inside.
okay.
Because my mind is calm. It's only watching this breath. Naturally, when I am watching breath, there is nothing else. Okay, I want to ask you one question now here. During the deep sleep, people they snore also, and it's I don't know. Is it a heavy breathing? Something is happening, but during that time, they are completely their mind is calm, right? There is nothing they're thinking. Everything is resolved. But it should have been like calm mind. Why there's a difference?
No, the deep sleep state itself is ignorance. Number one. Number two is that it is a physical problem. It's not a mental problem. The snoring is a physical. It is obstruction of the air passage. That's all. And due to that, the sound comes.
Then why it is taking such a long, heavy breathing? Is it
No,
because
it
of
is
ignorance?
no. Because of physical problem. It has got nothing to do with mental chatter or anything.
Hmm.
See, the person snores because there is obstruction of the air passage. So when the air passage is blocked
Hmm.
due to cold or that is some congestion in the nose or nasal area is not proper, or there is some cyst or something which is developed, or there is sleep apnea or whatever it is, then there's constriction in the throat area, then
Physical nature.
physical, it's all physical. And then what happens is the breath becomes very sometimes shallow, and because of that the person takes a long breath. It's a more of a
But
physical
is
problem.
is that breath is equivalent to what we do generally during the daytime, or it is lower than?
No. It is two things. One is, or rather three things. What we are talking is only on the normal breathing, which is oxygen.
Hmm.
That is what
Hmm.
it's going in, coming out, and obstruction is only of that.
Hmm.
The aspect of mind is got nothing to do with oxygen supply. So we couldn't proceed further.
Not able to see light now.
Lata, for that reason, she has muted herself. So let's see what she has to come.
Yeah.
Here is some sound is there, so that's why I'm muted.
Okay. See, like this, we should have done for every shloka. I think so.
Yeah, correct. I think Vairagya needs to be there before Samadhana can come.
Yes.
Dispassion
Dispassion.
towards the sense objects.
Otherwise, it will not happen.
Otherwise, it will not happen. Otherwise, it is like one, you already have so many vasanas which comes up as your reaction, impulses, thoughts, and all that. So it keeps on adding to that. It's a pond which is getting filled up. Already filled up, more and more things are getting added. So you would never get samadhana unless and until you're dispassionate and able to keep the senses as is. Meaning, seeing as seeing, hearing as hearing, all that.
Yes, Lata, you're coming very close, but you're not really explaining that. That's I'm feeling very funny of you.
Is it?
You're coming very close and you're going away. It's like, there is a like your dog Bruno. You put food to Bruno and it is hungry. It's coming, but it's going away.
Mm.
Like that you're doing.
Okay, fine. So it's something I'm missing.
Yes, you are missing the biggest cake and you are looking at the periphery.
Crumbs.
Yes, you're looking at the crumbs. But this time I'm not going to answer. That is for sure.
Okay, don't answer.
If it becomes 9:30 also, I don't care. And tomorrow we'll again meet with the same question. Why there is oscillation?
Why there is oscillation we have discussed, no?
No. That is why there is oscillation also has it's partially spoken about. That we are not aware and this and that is all statements were given. But why there is oscillation? Then we said raga and dvesha. Yes, that's correct. But why raga and dvesha? So like that we are going, right?
Yeah. So correct. So yeah, raga and dvesha is there because you want something and you have desires.
Now my question comes, who wants it? Now we say mind. Now we again come back to the same problem. How do you then bring the mind back? By observation. So now how do you observe? By becoming aware. How do you become aware?
So you go in circles.
You are going in circles.
Okay, what's the mind searching for? Mind is always searching for some enjoyment, isn't it?
Okay. Not really.
It always.
Not really. There is something else which does, and that creates enjoyment or suffering in the mind. So all of Bhagavad Gita right now is forgotten. That's what I can say. All the 18 chapters, what we have done, that is gone. Aparoksha Anubhuti is gone. Then anyway, Viveka Chudamani went off long
It's
time
gone.
ago. So then we had, what is that? Yoga Sutra of Patanjali, that is gone. And we also had Yoga Taravali. That also is gone.
Yeah, everything is gone.
Is gone.
Gone with the wind.
And on top of that, we are recording. That also we don't see. What we have discussed in the past. It is not for me anyway. It is for somebody who is going to listen. So what's my problem? There are around 800 videos, I think so by now. And I had one session with Sri Hari for Viveka Chudamani. So we had one-on-one and there are 100 plus videos of that.
Yeah. The problem is we can't go. We don't know which one is what.
That is where,
randomly-
see, the thing
Randomly
is,
search.
Lata, the problem is like this. If I was really serious after the class, before I sleep, I would have made notes of what was discussed. So I know
Yeah.
which video, what was there. And what
Anyway,
I
I
have
don't have
done, what I would have
Yes.
done, I would have asked that guy who did it in the morning, saying that, hey, why don't you change this topic to this? Or you give me permission, I will change it. So we have not done. It's a joint ownership, right? So none of us felt the need that we should do it.
Yeah,
And
but has made notes, right?
But has made no, but is a bhandara of information. If I go to his home, you will find books on spirituality everywhere. Oh, he's a walking, talking spiritualist.
Yes, yes, yes. There's no doubt about it.
Yes, and he meticulously writes it. That I really appreciate. And when I asked
Yes.
him, please, why don't you make notes? He said, I don't. But he makes notes.
Yeah, he makes notes that he has told many times, right?
And that time when I gave assignment, he said, no, I don't prepare any notes.
No. I used to make notes continuously. That after I think our journey for 50%, I found that making notes is not sufficient. You just think during that time and you do something about spirituality. Because that's a teaching again from Vivek Chudamani.
Correct.
Then I stopped making detailed notes, but only one, two lines I note down.
That's okay. So if
And then I try to practice.
No, that's correct.
That is there.
Agreed.
But it will not be there every day. If it's very important, I do it. Maybe weekly, 1 or 2 days you can see. Today maybe one line will be there. Yesterday one line is there.
You know what? See, we are having technology.
Yeah.
All the 4 or 5 of us, including Padma Shri, what we could have done is that after we finish this, after all our official work is over, we should have listened back on that day. That's the biggest mistake.
What I did is, instead of listening, when I come to next class, just scan the previous class, what we have discussed.
No, that is not going to help you. But because in the Laukika, that is going to help. What you've done is correct. See, when we create meeting invite and we do all that and we have an agenda, then we prepare PPT. We keep on doing the same thing, right? But we are continuously focused on that. Whereas this, we are not focused. As much as energy we spend on that, we don't spend even a quarter of that on this. What happens? This is not our priority. If a question to be asked, do you know this shloka? Maybe yes. Do you know how to recite this shloka? Maybe yes. But have you practiced this shloka? Then we are stuck. And by the way, we also had Bhaja Govindam. That I forgot. We finished all 33 verses of that.
Yeah.
So so let's come back to the question.
My question is, why is oscillation?
You hit us.
Okay, Lata has come very close to that, right? Can you reiterate that, Lata? Once again, let me.
What did I say? I told so many things, and I told about vasanas and then senses. We already have so many of vasanas stored, the impressions, the latent tendencies, and so on, whatever you had experienced earlier. And then still, every moment we are collecting those vasanas, experiences. So those are the things which comes up in the mind and trouble you and make you go this way or that way. Even if you're not doing anything also, it will come up and trouble you in one way or the other, because the thought will bubble up from something can be triggered, some sight or something will trigger, or even if you're simply sitting and there's no time, there is no thought in the mind, so it keeps coming up. So then I said that you have to understand, until you cut senses running to sense objects, then you will not be able to keep the manas in the samadhana. That means dispassion towards the world. And always, I think we also always try to be something, right? We want to be that, or we are not satisfied with our current situation. So you're always wanting something else. That contentment is not there. So you want to become something else. So you keep trying to do that. So then there is no samadhana. If there is no contentment, there is no samadhana.
Yes, that statement is right. Missing contentment is nothing but no samadhana.
Lata, you totally moved away. You had come very near. Now you are at least 10 kilometers away from what you wanted to say.
So when I was near, tell me that.
Vilas?
What is that?
Contentment is the right statement, right? Contentment.
How? Now my question is, how do you get contentment? Now answer.
No, for where I was close.
When you said
Then-
sight, sound, and all that, you were very close. Then suddenly you went somewhere else. You're now talking about contentment and all that. I don't know about those things.
I don't know about those things.
No, I really
Okay.
don't know. I don't know about any one of these statements what you're saying to me.
Okay, what you're telling is disconnect from 5 sense organs.
Good.
Eh. Yes. That's
But
what I said before also, no?
no, you did not talk about sense organ. You only talked about sense object.
Oh, I meant that only, but
Oh,
so
I
that's why
don't
I
know
was
what you
wondering
meant.
why.
Okay,
Yeah,
now
then-
okay, let me give you marks. Okay, now you said
Marks.
senses. Now how do you bring senses? And so how do you bring senses under control?
Is it a Bhuta Shuddhi?
Hmm.
You have gone totally different now.
Not
Different.
Bhuta Shuddhi.
No, she went to 10 kilometers. You have gone 100 plus kilometers now.
Okay, let us come. So, disconnecting means eye. You can close your eye and you are not seeing. But from Manas, you can see that also you have to control it. Number one. Then you have ears. Sound coming in. That only mind has to say that don't listen. Where it is open. I can close it physically. Then don't listen. And third is smell. That is also possible. When you are in a neutral place, don't smell anything.
The smell will come.
That-
No, you have no choice.
See, but what you're telling me is another dosage of Vedanta. Don't see, don't touch, don't smell, don't taste.
The only thing is, I think when we should see, as if we should not create any disturbances in you. So you should see
Huh.
it as your own. Sorry. You should see it as sight. Don't attach anything to it.
Correct. Sound is just like that sound only. Don't give meaning to that. Yeah, now I remember that very well. Don't give any meaning to that sound. It is just sound coming in. That means it's called unlearning. If I know a language somebody speaks in, say Tamil, if I know that, now just unlearn that. Only sound comes. Hope that is something close to your thinking.
It's
This
not
answer.
my thinking. It's oscillation.
Yeah, you keep all these 5 senses keep on putting so much of inputs into us and trouble. That is why the mind oscillates here and there, because all those will bring up all those kind of earlier whatever I told. Vasanas and things like that will come and will keep on moving here and there until morning to evening. So the mind is exhausted and then it'll sleep off from this barrage. So the way, if you don't want to get troubled, then you should see sight as sight only. So you don't attach anything to it or create stories based on it, or so like that. You should keep the mind in the middle. Sound also same thing. So you're not saying it's this person's sound or that person's sound, or it's your sound or your father's sound. It's just sound.
But Vilas, if we now see that when you go to a market, there is tons of sounds are coming in. But if you are focusing on one thing, say you missed your kid there. Now, when the kid say shouts with a voice calling father, immediately you can recognize that all other things you'll forget. Okay, which means when there's a disturbance, if you don't focus there, naturally it will not come to you. It's like a noise cancellation in our phone also, technology. So it will not come to you. It will not come to your mind. And you will be focusing on only one thing, that is this prashantata.
Yeah, so
And
like that.
that way you can disconnect.
Yeah. So yeah, correct. So if you walk in a market, generally, if you are walking, you are not. You see a lot of people, you hear a lot of sound, but you are not bothered about it, and it is not creating any impression in you because you are not paying attention. You're just
Yes.
going. So like that, you have to walk in the world always.
Yes. Yes. And it doesn't make a difference for you whether you're in market or outside,
Yes.
because anyway you're not listening.
It's not that you are not listening. It's not creating any impression in your mind. It is not affecting your mind.
Yeah.
So
So my phone will receive only one that is required there. That's it. If it is Airtel, whichever coming from Airtel only, it will receive. It will not receive from any other service provider.
no, I didn't understand the statement.
The thing is, I listen to only one thing, what is really needed for me, for my spirituality. Or don't listen anything. There's two options. I have Airtel phone. There are
But
so many
then,
towers.
yeah, so correct.
I can
No,
switch off the phone. That's one
but it
option.
is not
Or
that you should. But from my point of view, it is not that you should not hear anything or see anything, because otherwise, how will you function this world? The thing is that the sight and the sound and all that should not create an impression in your mind. So that's what is has to be looked at. So that means
yeah, correct, correct.
you should be able to. Sound is sound. That somebody is saying something, praising you, should not feel elated and jump up. The mind will run up. Somebody is insulting you, you feel your ego is hurt. Those things should not happen. That's what is meant. You can. It's not possible that don't hear and see and all that. That anyway, when you are having this body and the senses, you will keep hearing and seeing and all that. That cannot be stopped. My understanding.
I think that is right. That is right. I understand. Don't create any impression.
Yeah. So I remember Vilas giving a lot of what do you say, practices, how to cut the sight and how to cut the sound, taste, all that. So there is
When
only
it is
6 days which is there, but then we make it as so many other things. So he has given a lot of practices to cut this. I remember.
then it is equivalent to a very funny situation, like a movie without any sound.
No, movie is with the sound.
You don't know what it talks. Nothing. Nothing is no impression of sound.
No, it is not like that. It should not create. See, if somebody is telling something else to somebody else, you don't. That is not creating any impression in you, right? So that way it should be. So it is not you that all those, for example, insults are directed at. It doesn't create any impression on you. In Bhagavad Gita, it's right? Praises and insults are same.
Same.
So that's what. That's all. You have to see it as sound. That's it. Some sound coming, and it is sounding because it is coming to this particular kind of body. It has particular kind of cavity. It is particular kind of obstruction. So a particular kind of sound will come. That's it. Same with the sight, touch, smell, and all that.
Yeah.
When smell comes, you shouldn't categorize. It is just smell. You shouldn't categorize as good smell and bad smell. When I talked about smell today, when I was meditating, I got the smell of roses. I thought, okay, something is smelling in my hand because of some soap. I was smelling my hand, but then that smell was not there in my hand. So now is Vilas is silent. He's in Samadhi.
No, I'm listening to all the discussions. Good. But still the answer is not there.
That is not there.
It's close, you can say.
So, what is the question? Question is how to disconnect sense organs.
That's
No.
good. That's good. I think we have confused. I think you read so much that you've forgotten the question only.
This is called journeying together. Now that person will ask, where are we heading to?
That is very common after discussion. We keep discussing and purely based on that, you have to guess what is the question.
Yeah. So Sri Hari, the question again back is, there is this samadhana, which we have done. This is 26th verse. Okay.
Right.
And he
Yeah.
says that shouldn't oscillate.
Focus on the whatever the
No way.
Brahma.
What is
whatever.
oscillation? The mind goes to two extreme. One is liking, another one is disliking. Now the question comes, why does mind go towards disliking and liking? So then yesterday I had given one answer called value, don't give value. So we started from there. This is before you appeared. Okay, and now from time you have appeared, we are discussing all of the same thing. So the question still remains, what is samadhana?
How to get samadhana?
How to get samadhana and how to stop oscillation.
One of the answer but explained is that disconnect the sense organs.
Yes.
Right. And now then further that's the next question is how to disconnect sense organs.
Exactly. Now we have come to the right question.
Yeah, correct. That's what we were trying to answer.
Yes, that's what they were trying to answer. So you can also try to answer. And Lata was saying that I have given assignments. Sorry, I have given practices also. I have told how to do it and all that. So I told it is very close.
How to disconnect sense organ.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So just before we close today's and tomorrow we again going to start with oscillation only. So
Vilas, if you focus on your breath, naturally you're disconnected.
no, it helps, but no.
You have to see the dissatisfaction, see the what is it? Fleeting nature of it. All that.
Negate whatever is coming in. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, so there were a lot of sadhus and santa earlier, even it's there in many scriptures also, that they used to burn their senses. Somebody used to put a hot oil into the ear, or somebody used to cut the tongue.
It doesn't work.
Somebody used to take an arrow and cut their eyes. And
all that will not work.
Yeah, and some other people had cut their nose. And some people had cut their penis, and some people had put a some iron thing in the vagina and all that. So there are a lot of agori kind of fearful kind of activities that were done to stop the senses from going to sense object.
You have that craving, so you keep going. You want to enjoy again and again.
And there is Swami Vimalananda. He has written about aghoris, in that one day he sees a woman and then he will get a interest in her. So what he does is that he will go home and put salt on his penis, and he couldn't tolerate that pain for around 20-30 days. So he gave punishment to that. So there are so many crazy things that have happened. But none of that will help.
Yeah, that will not help, because your mind still has those vasanas in.
Correct. So
Which will trouble.
people who have done crazy things to
But
cut the
external cutting is not
not going
sufficient.
to do anything.
External cutting will not is enough, because you have enough things stored. Storehouse is there, which will trouble you.
Yes.
The enjoyment will keep coming up. Whatever you enjoyed, it keeps coming up. You think about it, and then again it will create that. Now you have cut all your senses, so you can't even enjoy. So it is a double problem.
At least you are enjoying it far better. Okay, so we have 1 minute left. So I don't mind continuing, but we are still not answered how to stop oscillation.
Okay. So
I don't think in 1 minute anything will.
No, that 9:30 also
conclude here.
happened. 9:30 also happened. So tomorrow we will continue on this same
On
subject.
oscillations.
But if
Yeah.
all three of you say that, look, I give up, then I'll give answer.
We will try our best.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So the rule of the game henceforth is that when you say I give up, I'll give answer.
Okay.
So we will not allow that happen immediately. We'll
Yeah,
also take some 5 minutes to try our best.
Take as much time. That's the reason I was sitting silent. It's good. Discuss.
So you can give me one clue. Is it available in Bhaja Govindam?
It's there everywhere. Why? It's the
Okay, I
first
will
line
search
itself.
your video.
It's in the first line. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam, Bhajat Moodamate, Samprapte, Sannihite
Samprapte
Kale, Nahi Nahi
kale,
Rakshate,
nahi
Dukran
nahi
Karne.
rakshate dunkran karane.
First line itself is there.
Okay. Okay, let me think of that for tomorrow.
And another one, if you really want to ponder, Kate Kanta Kaste Putra Samsaro Yama Ativa Vichitraha. These two lines.
Okay, fine. Good. This kind of tips will help.
Okay, let's see what you come up with tomorrow.
fine.
Okay, all right. Good day then.
Good day. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.